here's the deal. There are going to be days when I don't feel like running. And I think today is one of those days. I had a bad day of nutrition. Yesterday clearly had some junk food, including, I had some ice cream too. But I guess you're going to have those days. I ate like an absolute fool yesterday. But I understand the importance of getting out there today, even though I had pretty rough sleep last night too. And coming from a person who's been working on his sleep hygiene, it was tough to not get the hours that I needed. But again, out here today, gonna go get this run in. I wish I had a clearer goal for today, but the goal really is to build up the base mileage per week. And I realize my base mileage was down a little bit last week. I think my normal goal or my normal range is anywhere from 17 to 22 miles per week. Last week was something like 15 miles total. I'll check Strava. I don't know exactly what that number was, but I think it was around 15, which is pretty low for me. And I realized the importance of this December. It's hard to think about May in December, but I'm doing my best because I do understand that this base mileage that I build up in December and January will inevitably pay off when it comes race time in May. So I have to get better at sitting down and making an actual plan. I think that's going to be the one thing that once we get to this winter break, and as a teacher, I get a little bit of time off, so I'll take some time and I'll really see if I can carve out a nice game plan for what my mileage per week and the types of runs I'm doing. Because right now, I'm still sort of on pace and trying to do my best to get low heart rate runs in, or zone 2 runs in. And my heart rate is anywhere from, according to the watch, anywhere from 136 to 147, which feels like an appropriate pace, albeit maybe a little bit slower than what I would do come race time. But I think that makes a little bit of sense. So I'm going to get out there and do it. No real game plan or goal. I will probably work on my form when I call it to attention, with my foot getting off the ground and not making heel strikes, if you will. And then the final thing I'll work on is just getting anywhere from 4 to 5 miles in today would be a tremendous goal for me. So, see you soon. Man, here's the thing. This is proving harder than I thought. The one thing I keep trying to tell myself right now, though, is like, of course it's hard. 0 sleep, poor nutrition yesterday. That's gonna happen. I'm at like 3.25 miles, 3.5 miles right now. I feel like I'm at the worst possible pace, but yet my heart rate is still up. So my goal of lower heart rate, higher volume is not working out for right now. All right, so just getting back from that run. The big point there, and probably the big point for the day, I had a friend of mine ask me why I'm creating what I'm creating, and I didn't really have the best response other than I think I'm most engaged when I'm creating something like this or documenting something that I'm learning. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But on the run, I realized the other thing that hinders me both creatively at work and also on things like this in running is the self-talk can be tricky, right? So on that particular run, I was really just trying to become aware of what the self-talk was, right? Like I kept saying like, what story? I kept asking myself like, what story are you telling yourself right now? And I kept telling myself, I'm tired. I know it's mile 3. But I'm done. It's dark. I didn't have a headlamp. And I kept saying those things. And as the run went on, those things started to dissipate a little bit. But I think the only thing I can control right now was the fact that I was aware, or making myself aware that that's what's happening, and just catching those thoughts as they come up and seeing if I can alter that self-talk ever so slightly. So that's going to be my focus, is to really hone in on what's the self-talk, because everything that I'm doing, both creatively and from a fitness goal standpoint, and from being a better parent standpoint to being a better baseball coach standpoint, is really about what's the story that I'm telling myself. And until I can get clear on what that story is as they come up, I don't know that I can change that narrative. And so that's what I'm going to work on. That's it. But needless to say, powered through that run, got through that halfway point, finished it like I think 5 miles, 5 and some change or something like that. I'll post a little link there for that. And it was a tough pace, but what are you going to do? Those runs are going to happen. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it.